What's up guys, welcome back. My name is Matt and this is 2024 Lexus IS500. I'm back here at Lexus of Sarasota. I'm going to do a full review of this vehicle for you, starting right up front with the design, engine, performance, technology, and at the end of this video I'm going to take you for a spin in it. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button, don't forget to turn on that bell notification ring bell. Now let's get back to this. Before I dive into this particular one, let's talk about Lexus IS. It's been around since 1998. This generation is the third generation and it's been introduced 2013, so it's almost 11 years old. Some people say, hey, redesign it, it looks old. I think it ages gracefully, especially after the refresh that it received in 2021. Not many cars can handle 10 years of being in production and still look this good. Now let's check it out and see what we have. First of all, the performance version's got a completely different hood. We have this large bulge right here in the middle, and that's because it houses one of the biggest and the most powerful engines in its class. We're going to talk about it in just a little bit. And then scrolling down here, we have the triple beam LED headlamps, we have the LED daytime running lights and turn signals in the shape of this lightning strike. And scrolling down here, we have this piano black trim that houses the actual air curtains, allowing for the air to pass through for better aerodynamics. We have some parking sensors here and this big, so typical to Lexus, grille with a lot of open spaces, again for better cooling of this engine. Right here we have the front view camera, big Lexus logo, and it's finished off in the piano black right here at the bottom with the splitter as well. Now let's pop the hood and let's see what makes this vehicle very unique in its class. So check this out. While most of the manufacturers are going for the smaller displacement 6 or 4 cylinder engine, not Lexus. This is 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 producing 472 horsepower, 395 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. With the IS500, the only option is the rear-wheel drive, so that power gets delivered to rear wheels. And look at this, it looks very nice. Nothing is out of place underneath the hood. The hood is popped up by 2 hood struts. It's got some sound insulation. Here it is on the side. Doesn't differ much from the regular IS300 or 350. This one has been upgraded with the 19-inch matte black BBS forged wheels, looking really good. Lexus logo right here in the middle behind the wheels. You see the performance brakes. It also has the performance tuned suspension. You have the F Sport badge on the side, more aggressive side skirt at the bottom in this piano black. Piano black are also the surroundings of the windows and the mirror. That includes the turn signal, blind spot assist, and it does have the camera right here on the bottom. You have the smart entry system inside of this vehicle. And let's move to the back. There's some interesting features there as well. And the design in the back really pulls it nicely together. You have the shark fin antenna, nicely sloping glass. You have the short trunk with the trunklet spoiler in piano black. Big Lexus logo, and this blade light goes across the entire vehicle. Now, mostly it is LED, but for some reason, I don't understand why Lexus and Toyota does it. The turn signals have the incandescent light bulb in it. You have the rear view camera, IS500 on one side. Scrolling down here, you have the diffuser right in the middle. And look at these stacked exhaust, really mean looking and sounding. Let's check them out. Let's see if there's any room in the trunk. You can open it up by hitting the button on the remote. It's going to release it. It's not the fully power operation. And let's see what we have. Not a whole lot of space in the trunk, but this is a compact sedan. Right here you have some accessory mats. Let's see if we have the spare tire. Yeah, we have the spare wheel and tire right here underneath here, and the seats can be folded down, 60-40 split. Let's take a look and see what we have for passengers. Gonna start the interior tour right here in the back. Take a look at the rear door panel. You have the two-tone, black on top, red at the bottom. Nicely padded here with this red leather. You also have the window control, door handle, and 2 speakers. And as you get inside of here, first of all, a couple things. One, you have some seat back storage in the back. You have your own vents in the middle. And speaking about the middle, look at this huge bump. That's where the tunnel is for the drive shaft. It's a rear-wheel drive vehicle. So there's really a 4-passenger, not a 5-passenger vehicle. There's 5 seat belts though, so maybe some small person can fit right in there. Now, as far as the seats, nicely appointed in this red leather, perforated in the middle, solid on the sides. You have this armrest that opens up, cup holders that pop out of here. Really nice, nothing too crazy about it. Let me jump inside and see if I can even fit behind the driver. And the driver's seat is adjusted to my regular driving position. I'm almost 6 feet tall. My knees are resting on the back of the seat, so there's not a lot of room. Same thing with the headroom. I only have about an inch, maybe even less than an inch above my head. Decent amount of shoulder room, but again, somebody told me manage your expectation. This is a compact sedan, so it's going to be just about the same as the BMW or as Genesis. I think closer to the Genesis G70. I think BMW and Mercedes has slightly more room, a bigger advantage here in the back. Let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Nice and solid, really nice and heavy, big door. Now on the panel right here, you can see the same red and black interior. In the red here, you have a little bit of a texture. Now you have the 1, 2, 3 memory seat settings. You have the window mirror lock controls. A little bit more storage right at the bottom of the door. And as you get inside of this vehicle, you're greeted by this F Sport badge on the door sill. You have the nicely bolstered seats, perforated in the middle, solid on the sides. Power adjustments, of course, for driver and passenger. A bunch of buttons on the side. So you have the automatic lights, you have the camera view, sunshade, ASC adjustments. You have the odometer trip, you have the dimmer and the trunk release and the hood release. Now this vehicle also have the tilt and telescoping steering wheel. This is all power. Let's get inside. I'll show you the rest of it. And here's the interior of this 2024 Lexus IS500. I know it's very subjective. I like it. Some people might hate it, might say, hey, it needs to be updated because it's been around for a while. Let's see what we have. I actually like this double-tier dash. It's nicely wrapped in this vinyl contrast stitching, red at the bottom. You have the round vents on the sides, rectangular right here in the middle. I like this Lexus watch right here, and 10.3-inch display for your infotainment system. Big steering wheel, pretty large, right? That's thicker in the right places. You have some golf ball texture. You also have some contrast stitching on the inside. Pedal shifters in the back. The buttons on the steering wheel seems like they've been around for at least 10 years, so that's definitely something that's outdated on it. But anyways, so as far as the mode that controls which radio or which media you're using, of course you have the volume up and down for tracks. You have the hang up pickup button, voice control. This is what controls what's going on in the instrument cluster. Here's your menu button back. Here's your adaptive cruise control and the lane keep assist. That's all right here. F Sport badge right at the bottom of the steering wheel. Let's see what's going on here. So I know it's not digital. Okay, it's kind of digital. It's right here in the middle. So you can see the odometer at the bottom. You have the tachometer that's displayed in here, and the speedometer in the middle. You also have the gear position that's displayed. On the left hand side, you have the temperature. Right hand side, you have the gas, the fuel gauge, and the coolant temperature. And then you can do some customization in here, and look at how cool it is. This moves to the left, and then you can see what else we have. Drive info 1, drive info 2, eco indicator, engine oil temperature, G-force, gear position. That's what's displayed in the middle here. Tire pressure and blank screen. So we're gonna actually do it with the G-force, and that's going to be displayed in the middle once this moves over. Now let's move to the infotainment system. This is the 10.3-inch display. Right now we have it set up as map. Let's hit the menu button. Let's see what's at the bottom. So we have destination audio, phone apps projection. Let's see the projection. Is this wireless? Nope. This is wired. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. As far as the menu here at the bottom, different communications as far as apps. So this is the older style infotainment system that we see in the newer Lexuses. Newer Lexuses have the cloud-based navigation. You need to subscribe. This one still has the old one where it's actually displayed on the screen. Some people like it, some people don't. As far as the audio, you have the AM, FM, Sirius XM. You can enter the setup. As far as the display, you have the different theme settings, projection settings. So right now we have both of them off. You can turn both of them on, but they are wired connections. Theme settings, okay, you have kind of the Sophia or maybe a bluish theme, and that looks like those are two selections that you can make. Go back to the menu screen. You also have the climate control where you can adjust the temperature settings, the vents. Now can I just slide my finger on it? Yeah, so this is you can control it on screen. You can also control it with the trackpad. I'm going to show you that in a moment. So this is the older infotainment system. Some people like it, some people don't. What's nice about this particular one, the premium package is included with the Mark Levinson stereo. But before we get to it, let's talk about this. So you have the temperature control. This is a separate screen for your temperature, some shortcuts for your climate control. And look at this, you have a CD player. I'll be darned. You have the Radio Media Seek Track, Mark Levinson premium surround, and then you have the heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. There's a button right there. Can you see it? Yep, there's a button for the heated steering wheel. And this typical to Lexus gear shifter. I actually like this. Okay, so it's a park, reverse, neutral, drive. Move it to the left for the manual mode. Go back to reverse. Let's see the rear view camera. Not bad, not the best, not the worst. A couple different angles. All right, you have the top down view, trajectory lines that are actually active, which is good. All right, but nothing really too crazy about it. Put it back in park. And scrolling down, this is your trackpad where you control the screen. I don't know. This is not my cup of tea in this particular case. I'm not really digging it, but a lot of people like it. You have your drive selector, your normal, Eco, Sport, and Sport Plus. Snow, you can turn off your traction control off. You can hold for the brake hold. And then cup holders, a bit more storage right here in the middle console. You have the two USB Type A's, 12-volt power outlet. This is pretty much the interior of this 2024 Lexus IS500. It seems like Lexus is not investing a ton of money in those, but they keep on making them and people keep on buying them. So of course, before the fun driving part, there comes the money part, right? So the IS is available in several different trims, the IS300, 350, 500. So the 300 starts at $41,235. This is the rear-wheel drive. You can upgrade it to an all-wheel drive at $43,235. Then you have the 300 F Sport design, $43,055, and the all-wheel drive, $45,095. So it looks like the $2,000 option, $1,950, is the option for the all-wheel drive. Then you have the IS300 F Sport, $44,305, $46,345 for the all-wheel drive. Then IS350, now we have the 311 horsepower on that, V6 engine, $44,410, $46,410. That's the rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. F Sport, $45,660, $47,660. Wow. So we have a few of them. Now, the 500, that starts at the IS500 F Sport Performance, $60,020. The rear-wheel drive is the only option on the 500. Then the Performance Premium at $64,520. We have the navigation system with the 10.3-inch touchscreen display, 17-speaker Mark Levinson surround sound, and triple beam LED headlamps. So that's the one that I'm sitting in right now. Without further ado, let's take it on the road. And before we take it on the road, let's see how it turns. I gotta tell you, this is a heavy steering. This is good for a performance vehicle. It got a lot of weight to it. Let's see how it turns. And no problems here. This is a compact sedan. Turns on the dime. Sounds good too. Pretty stiff in this sport mode. I'm gonna go all the way to the back of this parking lot. We're going to check out a bit of the off-the-line acceleration here. Hey, I don't know about you, some people complain about it. This is pretty good. And the power delivery is so different. I'm going to check it out on the road again. But the power delivery is so different from the turbocharged or supercharged engine. There's no lag. I mean, it delivers it gradually but smooth. And the sound of the V8 engine, I kind of wish Mercedes never got rid of their V8 and the C63, and instead now we're going with the 4-cylinder. So this is the only vehicle in its class with the naturally aspirated V8. And this is a larger displacement V8. This is a 5-liter motor, so it's heavy, right? 472 horsepower. That's been rated about 4.3 seconds as far as 0 to 60. So it's not as quick as the BMW, M3, or not even as quick as the Mercedes C63. However, for a lot of people, that's plenty. If you're not going to race it, let's see how it merges in traffic. No issues. Sounds great. Definitely one of the things that attract a lot of people to a vehicle is the way it sounds. There's probably some speaker enhancements here as well, because the cabin is so nicely isolated. But this V8 sounds amazing. And it drives like Lexus. This is the big difference between, let's say, the M3 or Mercedes-Benz C63 and this, that this still feels very civilized on the road. There may be some sacrifices as far as the performance of this versus the German competitors, but I think for many people, for vast majority of people, this would be a sacrifice worth taking. Here's my theory on it. I think Lexus can make a performance vehicle if they really wanted to, if they wanted to compete with the German ones, but I don't think they want to sacrifice the quality, the reliability, and the longevity, which that's what the brand is known. So, I mean, it's easy to squeeze another 20, 30, 50 horsepower out of the V8 engine. Heck, if they supercharged it or if they turbocharged this engine, this could fly probably. But why do it if that could potentially sacrifice the quality of the vehicle? I have a stretch of open road right here. I'm going to stop here. We're going to check out that 0 to 30, 40, 50 acceleration. Let's go. Get it up to 60, no issues. This vehicle sounds amazing. It shifts really nice. It's not as crisp shifting though as the Germans do. The Germans goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, that type of stuff. This is more 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of like yoga, relaxing. And this is in the Sport S Plus settings. Now, when you're going to work and you need to gun it, I mean, certainly this one has enough power. If you're on the track, there are a lot of vehicles that are faster than this. And overall, the sedans are giving way to the SUVs. And you can see that, this design is 10 years old, and it doesn't seem like Lexus is throwing a ton of money into refreshing it. And I don't even know if it's going to be around for much longer. Now, if people are buying it, it's going to be around. So hopefully you guys like it. Go to the dealership, ask for a sporty sedan, get it, and have fun with it. Yeah, I know SUVs, they have certain advantages as far as the roominess, as far as, you sit up higher and you see a little bit better. But this being closer to the ground, the center of gravity is definitely lower. The dynamics of the vehicle are different than on any of the SUVs, even though there's some phenomenal performance SUVs out there. If I had the means and the opportunity to own the SUV and the performance sedan, I definitely would like to see both of them. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you learned 1 or 2 things. And if you did, then don't forget to help me support the channel by subscribing to it, hitting that like, and turning on that bell notification ring bell. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.